So many people ask me what they should do when they're having trouble meditating. Very often people just give up the meditation practice because they run into a complication, like they're unable to focus, or they're having so many thoughts about what's going to happen this afternoon or tomorrow. And people actually just give up the practice. But keep in mind that when you notice the mind wandering during your meditation, that is the practice. You notice the mind wandering, and you simply bring it back. In most cases, we come back to observing the breath. And we keep doing that again and again, and that's how we practice. Now, today I'd like to offer 4 steps to help you improve your meditation practice and overcome any of the obstacles or barriers that you're facing. The first thing, and this is not during the meditation practice, this is the other part of our lives that contributes to the quality of our minds. What I'm talking about here is exercising. I suggest that you exercise every day, whether you like jogging or cycling. Yoga is very good. Stretching is very good, because by exercising, doing yoga, stretching the muscles, it relaxes the body. And that helps prepare us for the quiet, silent time when we're sitting on the meditation mat, observing the mind. So keep in mind there is that physical element of our bodies that is one of the factors influencing the quality of our meditation practice. Something else that is so common among people today that's really causing havoc for the meditation practice is the use of the media. Whether it's social media or television or watching videos or being online on the smartphone, whatever it is, those different types of communication devices give us so much information that our heads, we fill up with so many ideas and thoughts and images. Most of it pretty negative. If we're watching the news, it's just filled with negative information. This completely overloads our minds. I've had people say, well, I can only meditate 10 minutes per day. And when I asked them, well, how much time do you spend on social media? They said, 3 or 4 hours. There you have it. You spend 3 or 4 hours on social media, another hour or 2 with television or movies, and then you try to meditate and you can't because your mind is everywhere except on the present moment and on your breath. So take a look at your consumption. I mean, there are apps on your smartphone that can tell you how much time you're spending on the phone, and greatly reduce that and see how it impacts the quality of your meditation practice. Try it, prove it for yourself, and you'll see. Another aspect that is a very important influence on our meditation practice is our nutrition. Now, this is covered very well in the ancient Hindu texts, where they talk about what is called a sattvic diet, which we might call it the spiritual diet or a calming or a cooling type of diet. And this influences the health of the body as well as the health of the mind. Generally speaking, what sattvic means is to eat mostly alkalinizing foods and to avoid acidic foods. For example, alkaline foods are going to be most of your fruits, your vegetables are going to be very good for you, okay? They are not causing any inflammation in the body. Conversely, the acidic foods are causing physical health problems, and they are overstimulating the mind. For example, animal products, whether it's meat or eggs or milk, all are inflammatory to the body and to the mind. Coffee, tea, white sugars, obviously alcohol and cigarettes are further stimulating and acidifying the body, mind. So look at what you're eating and consuming and make some changes, or make some big changes, and see how that influences the quality of your health and of your meditation practice. Now, those are the first 3 steps that get you prepared in terms of lifestyle. While you're sitting, let's say you're doing what's called anapanasati, which is observation of the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Most people will practice in this method or something similar to it. This is a very good practice. But people often come with an expectation that by observing the breath, the mind will go completely silent. Obviously, that is not the case. That if you're watching this video, you've noticed, hey, my mind is not very silent at all. It's actually very, very noisy and chatting constantly. Bring your attention to those thoughts. Acknowledge, okay, I'm thinking about tomorrow's meeting, or I have a project tomorrow, or I'm traveling next week and I have to plan. Acknowledge that you're thinking about it. And then bring your attention to the silence, even if it's just 1 second in between the thought of, I have to travel on Tuesday, I have a meeting on Wednesday. But in between, there's a moment of silence. And let's bring our attention to that silence. There's no blame involved if you've been thinking about something, or planning something, or worrying about something. The key, mindfulness, is come back to the breath. And what I'm suggesting here is bring more attention to that silence. If it's 1 or 2 seconds, if it's 5 or 10 seconds, that's cool. That silence is very powerful, and it will gradually increase with practice. If you think you're going to meditate on the first day or the second day, in the first or second minute, and have complete, utter tranquility of mind, that's not how it works. When we're meditating, we're coming out of our comfort zone. That is the practice, to come out of the comfort zone into the learning zone. So when it comes to, okay, I'm thinking so much about my work, should I just get up and do my work? Yeah, ultimately you will go back to work. But while you're sitting and you get so antsy or uncomfortable, just challenge yourself to sit just 5 more minutes. So if you've sat 20 minutes already and you're getting itchy and edgy, say, okay, I can handle this. Just 5 more minutes. Again, that takes you into your learning zone, because 20 minutes was comfortable. The next 5 minutes is the learning. That's the challenge zone. And that's where we grow. Similarly, if you already can meditate 40 minutes, then your challenge is to go up to 45 minutes. And again, those 5 minutes, your back is a little sore, you're a little bit bored, whatever it is distracting you, that's the learning zone. And get into that learning zone and find the silence between the thoughts and see how it goes. Thank you. Yeah, great. Thank you so much. And let me know how this works for you.